Say, do you like pop culture and live in the Chicagoland area and think there's nothing for you to do? You're so stupid! Because you should come to the Chicago Pop Culture Convention. It's November 24th and 25th, 2018 at Pheasant Run Resort in St. Charles. Come meet the all-new CultureCast's very own Nick and the Gorehound as they give a presentation on podcasting.
Say what?
Then stop by their table to get your very own photo op with the Gorehound. Sick! Learn more about the convention at ChicagoPopCultureCon.com. Hope to see you there, yo!
You're listening to Chicagoland's finest podcast, featuring the Gorehound,
Well, because I'm bringing us in.
Jen,
I mean, it's horrifying because,
Cousin Charles, and Nick.
I know, I thought I was going to screw it up again.
It's time for the all-new CultureCast, starting now.
I'm the Gorehound.
I'm Nick.
and I'm Jen.
And we are the all-new CultureCast.
What?
And at long last, Jen has returned. I honestly thought you'd never come back.
I got married, and then I got sick. It has been a fall.
I like how you call marriage as a fall. Oh, you mean fall as in autumn? I'm thinking fall as in downward spiral.
You interpret it however you'd like.
Jen, I was trying to think of ways to resurrect your name, because I was actually thinking that if you wanted to go underneath a new nickname, you could actually go as Sif, which was the wife of Thor. If you're interested.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts?
No, I have my own name.
You like Jen?
Yeah.
Okay.
How about Natalie Portman? She dated Thor in the movies.
Oh, Natalie Portman?
Just go by Natalie Portman. You know what? That would be pretty amazing.
Or
until the copyright infringement laws.
No, it's not. Not if you claim it's parody. It's okay.
I think I'm gonna have to learn more about Natalie Portman before I can parody her.
Natalie Portman, be quiet.
How about you go by Black Swan?
I'll think about it.
All right, Nick, what are we talking about this week?
Well, we are talking. Before we do that, just a quick reminder for anyone who bothers to listen to this. Gorehound and I will be at the Chicago Pop Culture Convention in Pheasant Run this coming Saturday.
Woo-woo!
We're doing a panel about Podcasting 101, and our panel is at 10 a.m. on Saturday, which means no one will show up to it, but that's okay. We'll be there, and that's that's Saturday the 24th. What do they call it? Black Friday is Black Friday. What is the Saturday called?
I can't think of any name for it. It's just like the Saturday after Black Friday. That's it.
So we'll be there.
And hope to see you too.
Yeah. But anyway, so today's topic is one that I can't believe I convinced you guys to sit down and watch, is He-Man and She-Ra, The Secret of the Sword, which effectively launched the She-Ra character back in the mid-'80s. I thought it'd be fun to look at it because there is a new She-Ra cartoon on Netflix, and it'd be a nice little tie-in to the new one there. So that's kind of why I just thought it'd be fun.
Yeah.
This movie can be found for free on YouTube, so there is that.
I tried looking for it elsewhere, and it's nowhere except YouTube.
Is the original She-Ra cartoon on Netflix? I don't know if it is or not.
I don't know.
Because I know this movie was re-edited, or the movie was edited from the first 5 episodes of the She-Ra cartoon. So I imagine it's in that form if it's on some streaming service.
Yeah. But yeah, that is the topic of the night. But Jen, why don't you get us started?
Oh gosh, well, I've been very busy, so I'm not super caught up on a lot of stuff. I'm caught up on a couple of my comedies. I've got The Good Place.
Yeah.
All caught up. Trust me, guys, it's interesting this season. What else? Probably the best thing I've seen since I've been on the podcast was when I saw Crazy Rich Asians in theaters.
Mm.
I heard a lot of good things.
Yeah, it's so much fun. It's, great to, a lot of good humor, a really interesting storyline. I really liked that they had a whole through line with the main character being good at games. And so at the beginning of the movie, you see her in New York playing poker. And at the end of the movie, there's a big pivotal scene with her playing mahjong in China. Not in China, in wherever that movie takes place.
Yeah.
And anyway, but to see, to kind of, first of all, like, have this big pivotal scene take place, in a movie for an American audience, to kind of be like, okay, it's going to be this game you're probably not super familiar with, and we're not going to explain it to you. Like, you're going to get it, but we're not going to sit here and be like, oh, it's this, this tile versus this tile or whatever. So, I thought that was a really interesting choice. I was really...
The movie is a straight up comedy, right? It's just like a really smart comedy, not like a Will Ferrell, right?
Right. It's a romantic comedy.
There's romance in it, huh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
There's like a big proposal scene and, family drama. So it's definitely got a little bit of drama going there.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, anyway, definitely recommend.
Have you seen Bohemian Rhapsody?
I have not.
No.
No.
I feel like that's one that like you would have been like first in line to see.
And I'd love to. I'm just behind on all my movies.
Yeah.
I heard the movie's not supposed to be pretty good based on the reviews, which is disappointing.
Well, I saw it and it like straight up hit me real hard. And I hate Queen. That's the odd thing is I can't stand Queen music. But I
really?
I was it got me going.
Is that because you like the guy who played Freddie Mercury, Rami Malek, Mr. Robot?
That was why I stepped into the movie theater. Yes. So.
I guess a lot of controversy behind the scenes of that movie because Bryan Singer, director of the X-Men films, was directing it, and then in the middle of his directing of it, it's when a lot of the allegations really, really hit, and supposedly there was like a lot of weird behavior on set, which I guess he's always known to be a hothead, but I guess he wasn't showing up, and so he was essentially fired from the movie, or he stepped down from the movie. I'm doing air quotes right now, depending on which version of the story you want to believe, and was finished up by, I don't know, some guy. I think he was probably like the second unit director, some other person. Like it wasn't someone who was fresh into it and had to pick up and film the rest of it, but yeah, a lot of behind the scenes controversy with that one.
But yeah, I mean the movie was great, and Remy certainly like got me interested in it. But I just thought the movie was just like fantastic, very emotional, and very exciting.
That's good to hear.
Yeah,
I hear they're going to eventually release the full. They film the concert for the end of the movie.
Yeah.
The Live Aid concert. I hear that they're going to release the whole thing at some point.
Oh yeah, because I know that. There's like a 30-minute. Actually, I think that it is because I remember in prep for this, I watched a whole bunch of live videos, and one of them was the Live Aid. Or maybe you're talking about the entire concert, like all the artists.
I mean the entire concert they filmed for the movie.
Oh, gotcha.
Right. So they have, a 20 minutes of it in the movie apparently. But they said that they filmed a lot more and that they're going to release that all at some point.
Ah, yes. Cool.
Well, if there's money to be made, Hollywood will do it.
Absolutely.
Jen, what else have you been watching, or does that about wrap it up?
Just other than that, keeping up on my murder pods.
Yeah.
I am going to, if anyone is going, there's going to be a Chicago murder podcast.
I saw that.
Event in downtown Chicago, July 13th, I believe, of 2019. I bought my ticket within the first 10 minutes it went on sale, so if anyone else is going to be there, we could talk about murder. I'll remind you closer to the date.
Well, I tried to equate the value because it was a little bit pricey of a ticket.
Definitely.
And so ultimately I decided to opt out. Mm-hmm. Though I really do want to go because it's podcasting.
Yeah. No, I think it'll be fun.
Nick, what's going on with you?
The Kiwi and I just recently watched the brand new straight to Netflix / theatrical release Outlaw King starring Chris Pine.
Oh, did he whip it out?
That's the whole reason Kiwi wanted to watch the movie.
Nice.
Good for her.
And I'm not gonna lie, I was curious too. And uh, you know, they oversell it because like when you see it, it's like in the distance, and he like pops out of the water, and it's like there for like a second, and then they cut away. So it's kind of like they're making a big deal just for this. So like you don't. I'm assuming it actually is Chris Pine, but you don't. It's too far away where you could really get a good look if it actually is Chris Pine or just a body double. Who knows? You also see Chris Pine butt in a sex scene, but
Yeah, get some.
it was okay, I guess. People said it's very reminiscent of Braveheart, which yeah, it kind of is, both in subject matter and style and tone.
Did he yell freedom?
But he did not yell freedom.
Okay, then it's not really like Braveheart. Just saying.
Fair enough. I'm sure he said freedom sometime throughout the movie,
Yeah,
but
did he yell it?
I don't know.
My dad loves that movie, and I think only because of that scene.
Freedom. It's very violent, very gory. Maybe gory is not the right term, but they don't hold back the a lot of like Hollywood movies where like the violence is stylized and there's blood but still kind of bloodless, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
It's like this one doesn't hold back. Like there's a scene where they hang a guy and they cut open his side and his like intestines and everything just like fall out.
Nice.
And it's brutal, I guess would be the right term. It was okay. I guess I was expecting more from it. It's very slow moving, especially at the beginning. They have a couple. I'm always a sucker for continuous one shots where a lot of stuff is going. The camera like follows through, and there's no. I mean, obviously there are, but they trick it where there's looking like there's no cuts. And there's one really, really impressive one at the beginning that kicks off this film. So, I mean, thumbs up to that. But
yeah, there actually is an Elizabeth Olsen independent suspense movie that is filmed as one long continuous shot for like an hour and a half. It's pretty intriguing.
I think that Michael Keaton Birdman movie was done the same way.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I mean, and most of those, they're not actually one shot there.
Right.
They hide the seams a little bit, so just to give the illusion. But I've always liked that when movies do that. It's just neat to see. But I don't know if I would overly recommend it. But
hey, I'm fast forwarding to the scene where he whips it out, and then I'm done. So
it's about maybe 3/4 of the way through the film. So
cool.
That's really the only thing that comes to mind. So that's all I'm going to talk about.
I've been absent for a few weeks working on home remodeling. But
what the heck?
Yeah, and it's even difficult to get away right now. But it's in the home stretch. But this isn't a home remodeling podcast, so
Could be.
I have been I've finished 3 series: Iron Fist, Schitt's Creek, and Sabrina.
Everyone is talking about Schitt's Creek all the time.
Yeah, Schitt's Creek is very fun, and that of those 3, that's the one I've enjoyed the most. So, but it's unfortunately the one that went by the fastest because they're shorter eps.
Did you watch The Haunting of Hill House? I hear that's pretty good.
Oh yeah, it was really dramatic and like emotional. And
did you find all the hidden ghosts?
I don't know. Everything was very predictable. Being like, oh, close up of the face, I guess we're gonna see a ghost, and it was just like, oh my gosh, it got irritating real fast, and everybody is an annoying asshole in that, and I'm like, why can't you guys just be nice to each other? Like, I know your like life is like really messed up, but like, get over it. You're adults.
So wait, everyone's an annoying asshole? It's kind of like our show.
But yeah, that's what I've been watching. Nothing that's this movie that we're about to discuss has been my thing I've been looking forward to, because I ended up listening to a few related podcasts today, and I've actually been going through Dinner Party Download. I'm slowly going through all of their episodes, starting from episode 1, which is kind of fun.
Dinner Party Download?
Yeah.
What's the general plot of that?
It's actually it's finished, but I think there's like 400 episodes. It's one of those smart ones where it's like NPR or WBEZ or something like that. And it's basically the podcast to listen to when you're going to a dinner party. So they talk about like small talk, like a piece of history, a drink recipe, and then they have like a special guest and do like what's one question that you don't want to be asked in an interview ever, and what's something that like we don't know. And then they do etiquette tips from like celebrities, like Nick Offerman did one. And so it's like, what do you do in this situation? And he's like, oh, that's very interesting. I haven't thought about that. And it's just, it's fun. And the episodes are only like 30 minutes. So, but yeah. And I listened to a few various He-Man podcasts today to, freshen up.
There's a He-Man podcast?
Oh, yeah. There's one that like they talk about nothing but He-Man, and like, it was very weird. For like an hour, they just talked about like action figures. And it's like,
send me the link to that podcast. I would be interested in listening to that.
Yeah, I mean, it was the first one that came up. And then I watched one, or listened to one called Rewatchability as a podcast, where they basically, but that was about Masters of the Universe. But I found it's still relevant because it's still the same universe. So. I do apologize. I'm blanking on Man Crush this week.
I think your Man Crush is pretty obvious what it should be this week.
Rami Malek?
No, it should be Skeletor.
Skeletor. You okay?
I'm fine. Are you okay?
I heard an exclamation.
Yeah, I laughed. You made a joke. I thought
okay.
It was funny.
Sorry. It must have cut out for a slight second.
I guess you're not used to people laughing at your jokes.
No, and I do apologize about missing out and on the podcast the past few weeks, and I don't also want to diminish the quality of Man Crush of the Week, so I'm just going to pass it by until somebody deserves it.
All right. Well, are we ready to jump into the Secret of the Sword?
Who is He-Man, and what does he have to do with She-Ra? Tell us, what is the brief plot of this movie?
Well, I don't know if this movie has like a centralized plot, because it's like 3/4 of the film, it like switches gears just to like pad its running time out. But so the Secret of the Sword, it's a entry in the He-Man and Masters of the Universe franchise in which He-Man's taken to Etheria.
Is this the first He-Man movie?
Yes.
Actually, is this a movie?
Well, that's debatable, because it is like a bunch of episodes they strung together, but it was, I think, theatrically released. I'm sure it did not do overly well. I don't know. Well, it got 2 million.
They released this in theaters for money?
Yeah, apparently. The 80s were a weird time, Jen.
Yes, this was released in 1985.
Yeah, and it's let's see, I guess it was successful. The budget was $2 million, and the box office, according to Wikipedia, was $6 million. So they actually got money, made money off of this. But again, who knows how long it was in theaters? And again, the 80s were a different time. But I mean,
I'm not sure if I would have noticed that this was a series of TV episodes, because I watched it straight through and I didn't really notice it.
Right. Well, I mean, I guess if you're looking straight for plot, we're getting ahead of ourselves here. Yeah. So He-Man is tasked to go take this mysterious sword and find someone on this other planet, and he comes across this leader of this evil government.
Horde.
Yeah, the evil horde, and realizes that this blonde commander is his long lost sister, who's been brainwashed into working for them. And the sword reignites her memory, and she's like, I gotta fight against the horde. And she takes the sword, becomes She-Ra, and decides to help the rebels out from the evil horde. And they have a couple of adventures along the way, and that's pretty much the gist of the whole story there. Kind of sets up the She-Ra show, and then you're on your way for new adventures.
But before this, there was no She-Ra.
Correct.
Okay.
Some fun trivia is that when the Masters of the Universe cartoon and toy line was really in its heyday, they found that a lot of girls were interested in this toy line and this cartoon as well. So they wanted to tap into that, and they created a spin-off line, She-Ra, the Princess of Power, that was it was like a doll slash action figure hybrid. I know that sounds redundant, so let me explain. So it was kind of like taking like the He-Man concept and taking like the Barbie concept and mashing them together and marketing it towards girls. And obviously the cartoon was there to help support that, and it was popular in its own right. Although some people do claim that the She-Ra toy line and the She-Ra show kind of uh, led to the downfall of one of the contributing factors that led to the downfall of the Masters of the Universe toy line, and that boys suddenly saw that girls were playing with this stuff, and it became like a girl thing as well, and that would turn boys off. Like, well, if girls are playing with it, I don't want to do anything with it right now.
Yeah.
Which
Infected with cooties.
or yeah, I guess in some ways. Which I guess from little boy logic that makes some sense, but the interesting thing is that a lot of people, like animation historians, kind of make the claim that the She-Ra cartoon was a superior product compared to the He-Man one in terms of both animation, writing, style, and tone. So it's just it's interesting. The whole Masters of the Universe franchise is just so fascinating to me. Maybe because I kind of grew up on that. That was my first big toy line I got into as a little kid, so it has like a place in my heart. But and yes, I did own the She-Ra action figure as well.
Oh my god.
Nick, you're really taking this and running wild with it.
Sorry, you asked me a question. I'm vomiting info here. But,
yeah, you are.
Anyways, I guess I am going on a tangent, so I apologize.
Well, you're not really going on a tangent. It's just you're kind of running wild.
Sorry, I'll restrain myself.
But yeah, so I think that adequately sums up the movie. But Jen, I'm very curious to see or to hear your reaction or thoughts on this.
So first of all, I definitely had like the Burger King toy of He-Man when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I feel like I watched the show, but also as I was watching, I was just like, I've never seen any of this besides in like GIFs on the internet. So it's tough to know if I watched it as a kid or not.
I think you're pretty certain that I think most everybody watched some child.
Probably. So I mean,
just tell me that you enjoyed it. Just tell me that you enjoyed it, okay? That's all I want to hear.
No.
Oh my God.
I think they did the best they could for their budget of $7, but it was sort of ugly to look at. Like, I guess I'm not some big animation snob, but I will say it was a little ugly to look at, and nothing particularly interesting happened. So there's that.
That's 100% fair.
Like, you know, the world building was very interesting to me because everyone was dressed like the Middle Ages.
The haircuts were top notch. I loved them.
Right. No black people.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Aliens? I think aliens.
Yeah. Well, what's most intriguing, or not most intriguing, about this is that there are so many characters in this, but it's very logical why there are so many characters. It's because this was rooted from toys, and so you want to sell as many toys as you possibly can, so let's throw in as many characters as we possibly can. So it's very logical, but it's also very fun. I mean,
Thor was very excited to see me watching this movie, and he was telling me that, you know, when they were making the TV show, they just kept making toys and then being like, write this guy in.
Yeah, yeah. But I think Cringer...
Oh, capitalism.
Cringer the Battle Cat. No, just Cringer was, I think, my favorite part of this. I loved everything about him.
I'm hungry, Alan.
And it was just... I loved him.
If we ever get another cat, I'm going to petition to either call the cat Cringer or Battle Cat. I don't know which one the Kiwi will let.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that you did not enjoy this as much as I did, Jen.
Well, I don't think anyone could enjoy it as much as you probably enjoyed it.
Yeah, I probably enjoyed it a little bit more than I should have.
Yeah. I will say, so here's what I'm gonna say in a point of favor for the movie, which I was pretty surprised by. I was expecting, so at the very beginning, you see him in the castle with the sorceress.
Yeah.
Whose name is whatever. And she said something about like, oh, my powers don't work outside the castle. And I was like, oh, cool. Like the only female character, and she can't like leave the castle because then she'll be powerless. And I was like, very cool. Great, guys. But there were actually a fair number of female characters. And, I had forgotten that She-Ra and He-Man were siblings, if I ever knew. So I was pretty delighted when they didn't fall in love.
Yeah. I had no idea what the relationship was.
Yeah, no, that was pretty neat. It would have been very easy to just be like, she's the girlfriend.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I mean, not easy in the sense that I believe He-Man is in any way heterosexual, but like,
Well, the one thing I've noticed is I haven't watched a lot of the She-Ra stuff, but there's a He-Man holiday special. Which
I saw that, and I'm totally gonna watch it like as soon as possible.
It's amazing.
Oh,
it's great.
I can imagine.
And but like it's interesting, the relationship between He-Man and She-Ra is that they're siblings, but I feel like, and this is probably unintentional, but there's like this undercurrent of what's the term I'm looking for?
Sexuality.
Yeah. What is it when you like fall in love with your own family members? What do they call that? There's a term for that. Incest. Yeah. There's like this weird element, like incestuous element that's kind of like.
Every time I saw them on the horse, I was like, oh, that's weird. Like,
but I have to say, point for progressive, when they're on the horse, He-Man's not riding. He-Man's not in front. She-Ra is. So he's just the passenger. I will say.
Do you ever just like watch something and you're like, I know exactly what the sexual fantasies of the creator of this is? You know what I mean? Like I feel like I know a lot about like what some animators in the 80s found really hot.
Muscles.
But
disgusting amount of them.
Oh yeah, I'm like, how do they like keep up this physique? It's not realistic, okay? I'm just saying.
Oh, it's intentionally done to be not realistic. It's part of the fantasy.
I know, but I'm still going to judge him.
Well, I'm going to vomit more information to you.
Oh, no.
When the He-Man toy line was being created, it was intentionally done that way because all the major toy lines at the time were just 5 points of articulation, like legs, arms, neck, and they're all like standing, straight out legs, straight out arms. So when they made the He-Man line, they're like, we got to do something different. And so they sculpted them in a way they looked like they were like battle ready, and they had like the giant muscles, so it stood out amongst all the other figures at the time. So the show, of course.
But yeah, going back to the actual difference between like G.I. Joes and then He-Man, in preparation for this, I watched the He-Man documentary on Netflix.
The Grayskull one?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know the name of it, but that gave me like a real good origin story about He-Man and like where he came from. And essentially there was like one He-Man action figure, and now we have this whole entire universe that was just like built on like week after week as like new things were coming in.
I would recommend I did watch that documentary just out of curiosity.
What did they get wrong?
Well, I don't think they got anything wrong, but like I'm surprised it's like an hour and a half long. But the Toys That Made Us, the Netflix series, does an episode on He-Man that's way more. It's only like a 50 minutes or an hour long, and I felt
that's not long enough.
It was way more comprehensive, I felt.
Okay, we'll see, but an hour and a half is better than 50 minutes, in my opinion.
Well, if it depends on how they use that hour and a half. But Jen, I wanted to go back a second. You mentioned something interesting about how you were kind of afraid how like there weren't like the female characters weren't going to be acting more subservient or something like that. The one thing I've noticed with the Masters show, for an 80s cartoon, they had some pretty strong female characters pop up throughout the entire series. Obviously, it's directed more at boys, and He-Man's the main character, so he's always going to be the hero. But
sure,
I've been recently, like over the past year, I've kind of gotten, maybe it's nostalgia hitting me, I don't know, but I've kind of been wanting to jump back into this after 30 years of like not thinking about it at all. And so I've been rewatching some of the old cartoons, like just for background noise, and I'm impressed. And I don't think I realized until you made your comment about that they've had like a lot of strong female characters throughout the series, or either as a main character or as a one-shot guest star type character.
Sure.
And I don't think He-Man ever had a love interest, like never directly anyway.
Sure.
And so it's interesting for
Especially in the 80s.
yeah, and a cartoon like this where it's like good guys versus bad guys. You have your archetypes.
Right. Yeah, I love the villain in this, where like the villain wanted nothing but destruction. And I was like, sometimes I just want just like a good old fashioned villain, not like a Netflix Marvel one where it's like, or like the Black Panther
No complicated motivations.
Right, and I'm like, sometimes you just need something simple and stupid, like death and destruction.
Like evil for evil's sake.
Right.
I think there's it's interesting because when you think about the number of villains out there that just want to like destroy the planet, but there's only one planet, or only one, planet in that system or whatever. And I always think like, what's your ultimate plan here? Like, okay, so you destroy the planet, and then like, where do you go?
Yeah.
I didn't think this thing all the way through.
I mean, I watched a lot of Buffy, and there were a lot of villains who just didn't really seem concerned about where they were going to hang out.
It's cool. We'll figure something out. I will say, speaking of the villain, the evil horde is pretty good, but I'm disappointed that this movie did not have more Skeletor. When his
because he wasn't the primary villain in this.
No. When his face popped up in the opening credits, I was thinking, all right, we're going to get some Skeletor, and he's not in it very much.
Yeah.
I mean, when he's in it, it's like 100% gold.
Hordak is the ultimate villain in this.
Yeah. Skeletor is arguably my favorite Saturday morning cartoon villain, if not my favorite villain of all time, because he's such a knucklehead.
Yeah.
And you just love how ridiculous he is. And he's the master of the insult. Like, come in, you royal boob. I mean, that's great. He sells it with conviction. But Jen, you made a comment how not a lot happens in this movie, and you're right. I can't disagree. It is kind of dry, long.
Yeah, but as soon as they hit those transitions between Adam and He-Man, I am like 100% in. And there was
and I would watch a show that was just like him baking banana bread or whatever.
But yeah, I mean, because it got slow, but then they transitioned, and I don't care if because once he transitioned, it wasn't like, oh, I'm going into battle right now. It was just like, no, now I'm He-Man and not Adam. And now I'm moving forward through the story as He-Man. But I didn't care. I mean, those transitions just got me going. I was real pumped as soon as that. She-Ra's transition wasn't that great, but He-Man had it.
I don't know. I thought She-Ra's was pretty good.
Not as good as He-Man's. But
okay.
Can we move on to a different subject? Or
I suppose.
Okay.
Other than He-Man?
No, we're talking about He-Man for a long time. What do you think about the comparison between Hulk and She-Hulk and He-Man and She-Ra?
I don't know. One's white, one's green.
Okay, well, I found it to be very
Green Lives Matter.
Similar and intriguing because She-Hulk is my number one favorite Marvel character. And I thought that it was very similar. Yes, it's cousin and cousin, and this one is sibling and sibling, but not the same. Do you see it?
I would say there's a closer connection to like Superman and Supergirl, but sure, we'll go with yours.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah. Just agree, Jen. Just agree.
Yeah, definitely. Gorehound, you brought it.
Nice. But because I don't know if that's what was making me so intrigued with this, because yes, it's He-Man, but it's also He-Man and She-Ra, and I couldn't help seeing that connection. I was maybe I could see that. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Was that a stupid ramble?
I wasn't sure where you were going with it, but
I got to my point.
How stupid can it be if we both agreed with you?
Thank you.
So I love how in this show it's a conceit, but like when Adam turns into He-Man, no one's like, "Hey Adam, what happened to all your clothes?" No, I'm He-Man. Oh, sure. Like, are they all humoring him? Because there's like zero difference between the two of them.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
magical.
Like even Superman, he takes off his glasses, and okay, that's fine, that's a conceit, but I don't know. I always found that funny that no one realizes, including his own parents, that He-Man
Yes.
and
Oh,
Adam
the
are.
parents weren't in on it. They didn't. Where do they think he like goes?
Well, in the premise of the show, the it's implied that the mother knows. Like she keeps her mouth shut about it, but it's implied that she's like wise to it.
Wait,
Um,
are you sure about that? I thought that both of
yeah.
the parents were oblivious.
Well,
Well,
maybe in this movie, but different on the show.
in the larger context of the show, there's been they never outright say it, but there's been
Winks or
times,
something?
yeah, like that. It gives the impression that the mom knows that Adam is He-Man, but doesn't say anything. Like, she just kind of implied. But the father is completely clueless that He-Man and Adam are the same person.
Yeah, because guys are stupid and know nothing.
I guess.
Well,
In the
and-
show, Adam acts like he's lazy and not interested in battles or anything, and he's always like berating his son, like, "Oh, I wish he was more brave or took more interest of what's going on around here."
If he only knew.
Yeah, it's kind of like, ha ha ha, you're an idiot, King Randor.
I mean, but also the question is, I mean, if you have, your heir, do you really want him and like no other kids, no backups? Like, do you really want him going into battle? That seems like, they seem old enough that they're probably not going to have more separated at birth twins.
Well, that might be true, but he's like just constantly disappointed that he's constantly disappointed in anything Adam ever does. It's like, oh, okay. You're going to be king, but man, you don't know what the hell's going on, do you, kid? It's like, oh, I'm sorry, Dad. I'm going to go lay down and take a nap now. If He-Man comes by, say hi. But it's just a joke of the show.
Sure.
It's kind of like Lois Lane always complaining about Superman. Oh, Clark, why can't you be more like Superman? I don't know, Lois. I don't know.
Wait, doesn't Lois know that he's Superman?
Well, in old comics and
Okay,
cartoons.
okay. I just read Superman called, I think it was like The Path of Doom, where there's like Superman, like Clark Kent, and then like Superman posing as Clark Kent, and you also have Lex Luthor as Superman, and it's just confusing as shit. I didn't like it.
I think I know what you're talking about, but
Yeah. I was like, I'm going back to Marvel, where it's it's fun and all.
but
I wanted to mention I had one of the Grayskull towers playsets as a
you
child.
own Castle Grayskull?
I did.
Do you still have it somewhere? Because that's worth some money nowadays.
I probably don't, but it's odd because like I didn't really know that I liked He-Man until like you had brought this up a few weeks ago, and then I started like, okay, I remember playing with these characters and watching these cartoons, and it was just kind of something that just like faded away into the years. And it's like, but there are some things like as a child, like Sonic, that has like kept with me year after year since childhood. But He-Man kind of just. What's that?
I also watched a lot of Sonic, and I cannot remember anything about it, but I did watch the TV show.
I never watched a TV show. It's just I loved Sonic games, and they were just like my bread and butter.
Was it also a TV show?
Yeah, I didn't like it. It was too anime. Kind of like the new She-Ra Netflix series.
Yeah, the
Is it
new
anime?
it has anime influences, and a lot of people, quote unquote nerd culture, geek culture, whatever you want to call it, they always like to pat themselves on the back by saying like how diverse and open-minded and accepting they are, but they're not. They are like probably the most closed-minded idiots in the world. Anytime you bring back an old property,
Wait, who are you insulting?
your average
Nerds.
everyday nerds.
Okay.
Anytime they bring back a property, they find everything wrong with it, and they're bitching and moaning about the new She-Ra show, which, for stupid reasons. One, they're saying, well, She-Ra's not sexy enough. Like,
Ugh.
okay, she's like, if you go back to like one of the writers on the original show, like who is a man in this instance, commented
Some
on
people
that.
are.
Yeah, well, I mean, just to point, it's key to the like versus a woman. It's key to the discussion. I think he said like it's weird people are complaining about this because when we wrote the show, we weren't going for like a She-Ra is sexy sort of thing. It was just a show and having adventures, and like it's how the young mind, I guess, translates that, and I don't know. And it's just kind of like She-Ra's not sexy enough. She looks like a man. She looks like a warrior. Like okay, so she's stronger and a little bit more broad-shouldered. Who cares? It's the animation style or the character designs. Like it looks so dumb. It looks dumb. It's social justice warrior garbage. Which I don't. When people complain about social justice warrior, I don't think it means anything anymore. I don't think people even know what they're complaining about when they use it. It's a buzzword to insult people now.
I'm looking up a picture of her. She's got like a mountain of hair.
Yeah, I mean, I'll admit I'm not the biggest. I'm not wild about the character designs myself, but I'm not going to be sitting on the internet complaining about it. I have like bills I need to pay and like a life.
And she's supposed to be. It looks like she's supposed to be a teenager. Like
I think
how
so.
sexy should teenagers be? Question mark.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, regardless of if she's a teenager or not, it's like they're going for a clear style here. And why let them? Why does it have to be? It doesn't have to be exactly the same way it was in the 80s. If it was, that would be boring. Let them have a new take on it.
Yeah, I mean, look at Teen Titans. I mean, that's doing fantastic, and they're all kids in that.
Yeah. I mean, it's just it makes me sad. I guess the new show is getting good reviews. I haven't watched it yet. I don't know if I will.
To? Oh, I think you will.
I will see if I have nothing better to do. And
you probably don't.
Probably not.
You might as well.
I mean, the minute they announced it, they're like, well, why aren't they doing a He-Man show? Because He-Man has had 3 cartoons. She-Ra's had 1. Let's switch it up a little bit. It's like, it's so... And why can't we have a cartoon like this that's targeted towards younger girls? Why not? What's so bad? Not everything has to be directed for the 45-year-old male.
They overly sexualized My Little Pony, so who knows?
And look at where that went.
Is that like the newer show, like the
Friendship? The Friendship is Magic or whatever.
Which
Don't you remember Bronies?
Bronies.
Yeah, it's like a whole thing.
I wasn't sure if you were referring to that. Like, are you talking about the show sexualized it or like male fans?
No, the male fans.
Gotcha. That makes more sense.
I've only seen one episode, and it was not. Maybe it wasn't the orgy episode. I don't know.
Wait, what? There's an orgy episode?
Who knows? Who knows?
And they do a lot of crazy things in kids' cartoons these days. But yeah, I forgot. I'm so glad the Brony thing died down. That was. There's a great episode of Bob's Burgers that lampoons the whole Brony fandom, which thumbs up for doing that. But oh god, I hate internet fandom. It's so toxic.
And I love just how angry you get with it,
because here's the thing. Like, I like a lot of these nerdy things. I make no secret of that. But like when you have people acting like this, like it makes me ashamed for liking these things. Because if I go up to someone and they say, "Oh, do you like He-Man?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like, "Oh, are you like one of those crazy people?" And be like, "No, I don't like He-Man. What, are you kidding me?" Like they're ruining it. Fans ruin everything.
Yeah.
This movie needed more Skeletor. That's all I have to say about that.
Jen, can you give us how was the feminism in this movie?
Like I said, I thought I was actually impressed. She has a role. She-Ra has a role. She's not just the girlfriend or like the one that needs saving. She's got like a full arc, right? Like she discovers that this life she's trained for is completely different than, or that she thought she was doing the right thing, and then it turns out she wasn't. And I mean, it plays out a little simplistically and everything, but it's still like there's an arc, and she like discovers long lost family, and she like goes to save her people, and like so it's she's a really interesting. She's a really interesting two-dimensional character, but she does interesting things within the context of that, and she talks to other female characters about things besides men, so it passes the Bechdel test, which is great. Passes the sexy lamp test. Like it's pretty. Overall, I was pretty impressed. And there's not just like her and then a bunch of boys, which I think was most 80s cartoons. You know, it was like her, and then there's also like some like another good lady, and then like her mom and the sorceress, and then there's like all these bad ladies that show up and like fight, you know, and don't just hang out.
Yeah.
So, you know, overall, I have to say, for a movie made on a $7 budget to sell toys, like I get the feeling that somebody on the writing staff had talked to a woman at some point.
You know, fun fact, the He-Man writing staff, if memory serves, I think was actually headed up by a woman at the time.
That would be amazing.
Go women.
I could be wrong on her role, but I know there was a female presence on the staff that was like just more than just a token. It was like a creative head on it. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
Yeah, I thought that her as a counterpart to He-Man, she lived up to it, and not just like a carbon copy of He-Man. She was actually had her own powers, and she interacted with people more. And the fact that I like how they rode that horse, I was like, okay, they're not just going to put He-Man in the lead. I was like, okay, it's a small thing, but I see how they treat each other and move forward with it.
Yeah.
But, I am, for the record, I am looking forward to watching the TV series. I just hope it's not too childlike.
Like the He-Man one or the She-Ra one?
The She-Ra one.
Like the new She-Ra one,
yeah.
Or the class? Okay.
So I have a feeling it's very targeted towards children, which I won't get very far in, but I will give it a shot.
You know, it all depends. There's a lot of shows now, like on the Cartoon Network, where they're kid-oriented, but they're done in a way where adults can get into them as well.
Yeah.
And they found that like sweet spot where it doesn't talk down to the kid, but it's still the kid is the target audience. It's I don't know how they do that balance, but I'm guessing. Excuse me, the hiccups. I'm guessing the new She-Ra show probably struck that balance. If it didn't, I don't think it would be getting as good reviews as it is. Just my thoughts. I mean, again, I haven't seen it yet.
Well, you gotta watch it and then report back.
All right, maybe I will. I mean, I guess there's only like 10 episodes that they release or something like that, so probably 20 minutes each or something. So
well, it's on Netflix, so every episode could be 7 hours long. You just don't know.
True, but I would figure animation is a little bit more cut and dry with that because animation costs money.
But Nick, besides Skeletor and obviously He-Man and She-Ra, which other characters did you have an affinity for?
Well, Cringer's always good.
Yeah.
The Hordak was a pretty good villain. I love how he magically changes into like a rocket.
Yeah, he's just like changing a whole bunch of shit. I'm like, I don't know how that works, but apparently I missed some canon behind it.
I don't know. You know what they did? They thought this would make a cool toy, so we're gonna do that. So I like that. I love how the horse just magically starts talking. He's like, "I'm not Spirit anymore. I'm Swiftwind."
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Let's
And
just go with
like,
that.
You just like made a new character that's gonna sell a whole bunch, but I'm fine with it because it's selling to kids, and these toys aren't really that bad. I mean, yes, they're probably overpriced, but they're still fun.
Yeah, so, I mean, there were a lot of neat little side characters. I mean, this movie, as you guys point out, introduces, like, a ton of characters, like, just character drops all at once.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's tough to get any feeling on any of them, probably because they're going to be developed more, and, well, quote-unquote, developed more. In the She-Ra cartoon, in which case all the He-Man characters weren't going to actually be there. So, like, you had the guy with, I think his name was Bo, the guy with the bow and arrow. You had Glimmer.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I can't believe they named the guy with a bow and arrow Bo.
You know,
I'm so retroactively mad about that.
To be fair, that was a thing with the He-Man cartoons. Like, any of the villains or side characters that came by, their names were always reflective of the abilities that they had. It's one of those things you just kind of... It's part of the charm, I guess. But
and Nick, that's why I told you not to name your daughter Genocide.
I have plans for that. Oh my god, that would be a great name for a female villain in like a He-Man type thing. welcome genocide, but like
Absolutely.
spelled like funny, like unusual. Like there's a character, there's a He-Man villain called Evil Lyn, but it's spelled like Evelyn, but there's like a dash between the Y and the L. So
Mm.
it's a play on Evil Lyn, but it's yeah,
I see what you did there.
it's punny. So yeah, there's Bulb, there's Glimmer, there was the Glimmer's mom who was the queen. So they chuck a bunch of characters at you, and you're like, whoa! It's tough to get a feel for all of them.
Mhm.
There's that weird owl guy who had
Yeah.
like the ears that could fly. I can't remember what that name was, but
I kept on trying to think of what kind of animal it looks like, but I'm like, it doesn't look like any animal.
no, it's just a crazy thing.
It's a portmanteau.
It's a what?
It's a portmanteau. Just the combination of two or other multiple things.
Let's see. I just pulled it up here on Wikipedia. His name was Cowl. He's a cross between a koala and an owl.
Oh my god. What percentage of the villains in this
But
movie
it's
do you
not-
go on to see in the
It's
universe?
not an owl because it was able to
What?
fly. It's like a hummingbird also because owls fly forward, and that was able to just stay in a single spot. I'm just saying they're wrong.
Okay, it's a weird alien creature, right? It's not real.
Yeah, but if they're gonna now say it's a koala and a owl, then I'm
Well,
gonna tell them that
it
they're
says
wrong.
it resembles a cross between a koala and an owl.
Right, but there's clearly something else in there, so it's an owl, a koala, an alien.
So Jen, what question did you have?
Sorry. I was just saying, so what percentage of the villains, I just didn't know the owl talk would go on for so long.
I was surprised too.
It wasn't just owl either. Okay,
Right, half owl, half
third owl.
everything. Sure. What percentage of like the villains in this do you see later in the universe? Like, do they all get a little bit more? Do they all keep making appearances and stuff, or are they?
Well, the two
You know-
primary villains is Hordak and Skeletor. Well, like 75% Hordak, and then like 25% Skeletor.
Well, Skeletor is like in every single He-Man episode, so that's that. But I don't know much about the She-Ra show. I don't think I watched that one as much when I was younger. At least I don't. If I did, it's not registering as much, so I can't say how. I'm guessing Hordak appears in every single episode in some capacity. I'm guessing his minions, like the cat girl and the one who was like had like her face was covered by like the hat and the red gown. I'm sure they pop up frequently, but I don't know.
Speaking of the witch in the red gown, she was like an old hag, right?
Presumably.
Her figure did not resemble an old hag. Okay.
Maybe she's not an old hag and just has really bad hands.
No, and a really bad voice too, or a very old voice.
Maybe she started smoking at age like 3. So
I don't know. Like her figure and her voice did not match up.
well, you know what? You can write Lou Schreimer, who's the executive producer, and tell him, hey, what are you doing here? Unfortunately, he's dead, so you can't do much. So we'll get a
I can find
seance
an
going.
email address.
Oh my god.
All right. So what else do we got going on with He-Man? He-Man and She-Ra: The Secret of the Sword.
Nothing else. The only thing I could say is this movie clearly was padded to stretch it out to a more of a decent runtime. I felt like the movie was wrapping up when Adora discovered she was She-Ra and she stops the Horde and goes with her friends. And I thought, okay, the movie's wrapping. But then I thought, wait, no, we still have like 30 minutes left. What?
Yeah.
There were a lot of points during the movie where I looked up and was like, oh, there's still so much.
Yeah, I did that also.
It definitely felt like they made it so they could chop it up into 20-minute pieces for TV or something.
Right. Yeah.
Nick, have you
totally.
seen this movie before?
Uh-uh.
Okay. And Jen, I presume, not for you.
Like I said, I maybe watched it as a kid.
Oh,
Who
yes.
knows?
Yeah, this movie predates me.
Ugh, don't brag about being young.
I wasn't bragging. I was just making a statement.
What year were you born in?
I was 88.
You're in 88.
Yeah.
So this is like 3 years before you.
Yeah. I'm so young.
And this was 3 years after me. Well, 2.5, I guess. But
All right. So it sounds like we're about wrapping this up. Unless,
No, there's a lot more plot to discuss. Character development.
Jen, you have
art
any final
style.
thoughts?
I mean, is it worth seeing? No.
Stop it. Yes. you should watch this. If you turn this on knowing that it is a He-Man and She-Ra movie, you are going to get just that.
I think if you have very specific cartoon sexual fetishes, this will be your movie.
Yes, but you should diminish. Well, I don't know. Are we promoting cartoon sexual fetishes?
I think we're acknowledging they exist, as evidenced by this movie.
Okay, but we're not encouraging them or saying that they're bad or anything.
No, I'm not trying to discourage people, and I don't think they need my encouragement. I think the people who are real into cartoons are going to be real into cartoons no matter what I say.
Okay, yeah, let's just move past it. I don't want to get in trouble for encouraging or discouraging anything.
Who is going to yell at you?
The internet boys that Nick hates. They're gonna find you, Nick, and they're gonna yell at all of us.
Okay, well, if you want to come yell at me, I'll be at the Murder Podcast live.
And we'll be at Pheasant Run Resort in St. Charles next weekend.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, murder them there. That'll be easier.
Gorehound, I think before we go, we have to have you say He-Man's transportation.
Oh my gosh, dude, I have
phrase.
been so annoying this week because I have been yelling it.
Well, you got to do it for the show, man.
Are we good?
I think I'm tapped out. I will say, Gorehound, because I think we'll want to end the episode with you doing He-Man's catchphrase.
Very good.
But if you want to see a He-Man episode, one I would recommend, because it has like all the characters in it, it's like early on in the first season, called The Diamond Ray of Disappearance. It's totally, if you like this, you'll love that.
Okay.
And it's on Netflix.
All right.
All right, so
are we good?
I'm good, Jen.
Yeah, I think we've covered everything.
All right.
Oh,
let's
Jen, you should do the She-Ra one.
I don't remember what it is.
Okay.
It's just, is that because there was a song? There was a She-Ra song that was just
She-Ra.
She-Ra. Right, just like repeated. So like obviously they spent a lot of money on the music.
Hey, that music is memorable. I love the opening song. I should make that as my ringtone.
Yes, it was great. Okay, so I'm going to do By the Power of Grayskull. Jen, you're going to do For the Honor of Grayskull. And then I'm going to do I Have the Power. And then, Jen, you're going to do I Am She-Ra, was it?
Yeah.
I mean, it was her name.
All right. Are you ready?
This is going to be great. Gorehound, you're going to be totally into it, and Jen's going to be like...
All right. By the power of Grayskull.
For the honor of Grayskull.
I have the power!
I am She-Ra!
And we are the all-new Culture Cast. Catch you next week.
You've been listening to the all-new Culture Cast. Check out our blog at znculturecast.wordpress.com. Send us an email at nick.culturecast@gmail.com. We'd love to hear your feedback, comments, and requests. Follow us on social media. Theme music by bensound.com. The all-new Culture Cast, a saltwater production. Original material copyright 2018. Thanks for listening.